Do you have trouble deciding which side of your pattern paper to use? This video will solve that problem for you. I'm going to teach you a fun new fun fold that will show off both sides of your designer series paper. Welcome, welcome. I'm Dawn, creator of DD Creates Crafts, and this is the channel for simple cards, duplicatable crafts, and helpful hints that you'll be able to make these projects, these cards, just from watching one of my videos. Are you ready to create some crafts? Come on in. I'm going to turn the camera down and teach you this brand new fun fold. I'm really excited to show you. I'm going to turn you down, get you lined up so you can see good, and hopefully that is good. Now, here are two samples. Ta-da! Look, it's got this little fold in the middle that we can put a little decoration on. So here is another one. Ta-da! Isn't that the cutest, sweetest? It's like getting two gifts in one. So I'm going to put this card to the side so you can watch the card the whole time I am demonstrating it for us. Now I've got these out because these are what I use, and you have seen me use these way too much, I bet. However, when you want to copy my cards, this, for the most part, is the bundle you need to get, and it's called Color and Contour. These are the dies, you guys. It's got the scalloped edges. Different sizes, 1, 2, 3, 5 different size scalloped edges, and we use 2 sizes for this card. You're going to also see this stamp set again in July for the July card class. So you will get a lot of use and a lot of bang for your buck when you order this bundle with me. And I say with me because the reason I have DD Creates Crafts channel is to 1, introduce you to me, 2, introduce you to Stampin' Up! Products, and 3, show you how to use these products with new card ideas, projects, and helpful hints. Did you know when you order products with me, it helps support the channel? Thank you for all of you that are already doing such. So we talked about the contour dies, so I'll put those to the side. The other thing you're probably in love with is the paper. I want to give you a couple additional cards to view this paper. It's just so delicious, and it is called Awash in Beauty. It's 12 by 12, and you're going to see this paper again in the fall for one of my card kit classes. So you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck with this designer series paper. So go ahead and order it, because I'm going to show you how to make a spring card like this one, and then in the fall we're going to reuse the same designer series paper, say that 3 times real fast, and I'm going to show you how to turn the same paper into a fall card. Alrighty, are you ready for step 1? Here is your step 1. I want you to cut a base card out of coordinating cardstock that'll coordinate with this particular designer series paper. Everything you're seeing, this milder, more neutral, I think it's Blushing Bride and Mossy Meadow, my new favorite green. These I felt like were more springtime. This is still springtime and happy and definitely summertime, but this is, now I gotta look it up. This is, my cheat sheet is on the back. Polished pink, I apologize. But there's my cheat sheet. On the back of all your pattern paper you order from Stampin' Up, it tells you exactly which cardstock will match your paper. And I'll share a little tip with you how to order with intention and not order everyone. But anywho, base card, 5.5 by 4 1/4. So there's no fold in this. It's almost like a little postcard, all right? Step 2, we're going to cut our designer series paper at 10 inches by 5 1/4. 10 by 5 1/4. Then we are going to score it at, and I've already done this, score it at 4, score it at 5, score it at 6. Now this I wanted for my outside, but there's the pretty paper as well. Which do I choose? Which do I choose? I choose this for the inside because look how pretty that looks, and it's not quite as busy. So step 2, again, is to do your score lines. Now, part of step 2 again is we're going to adhere the score lines together. So inside that 1 inch on each side, 1 inch, 1 inch, there's your center score line. I'm personally going to use some tear and tape. You can use your glue. I just, for something like this, really want it to hold together for the recipient. So when I have any doubts at all, I think I'll put it here too, I use my tear and tape. And it's called tear and tape because this is one strong tape, and yet it's gentle enough. I can rip it in half. I can tear it just with my bare fingers. Hence the name tear and tape. Isn't that a hoot? So I'm going to burnish this down, make sure it's stuck in place. It's double-sided, using my take your pick to pick my cellophane off. And now I am going to fold it in half, pinch the crease line, the center crease line, and your edges are going to match up, okay? Now, look here. We are going to, I just felt the need to do that, to burnish it down. So once we adhere it to the base, it's going to open like this with the beautiful little flap built in. And you now can see both sides of your designer series paper, your pattern paper. It's so fun. Now, do you have pattern paper that is more than 1 year old? How old is your oldest pack of paper? Tell us in the comments section. We'll have an unofficial contest. Who has the oldest pattern paper? And is it more than 1 year old? I just think that would be hilarious to just see from each other. Step 3, we're gonna die cut, you guys. We talked about color and contour. We are gonna die cut. I like the smaller one from the outside. You can use the same size, the larger one for the inside and outside, if that's your personal preference. Because I love this paper so much, I chose 2 different sizes because I wanted the I wanted this pattern paper to show. So I have got the larger piece. Whoop, I snuck and showed you. I've already stamped it, but I'm going to sneak that on the inside, the larger one. And then the smaller one's already prepped, but I'll put that upside down to show you how it's going to look a little bitty bit for the outside. So step 3, we're using the one for the inside, and the inside's approximately 4 1/4 by 3, that particular contour and color and contour die with the scalloped edge, and the outside one is approximately 3 3/4 by 2 1/2, and that's for our outside card. Now, continuing with step 3, we are going to cut a 3 by 1 1/4, 3 and 1 1/4 by 2 white rectangle to fit on the inside of the outside rectangle if and only if you did not use white cardstock. And this is what I'm talking about. I chose with this card to use a colored background scalloped edges, therefore I cut a white piece to go in the center. And this is what I'm talking about. This little baby white piece to fit inside is 3 1/4 by 2. I did not have to do it with this one because I went ahead and used a white piece of cardstock for my scallop. Now, continuing with step 3, once you cut it out with your dies, you're going to stamp an image and stamp a sentiment onto this white rectangle. And I'm going to flip it over really quick. So I've stamped my sentiment. You can either stamp an image or fussy cut, or a combination of both. Isn't that so pretty? I feel like it adds without taking away from the initial backing of the card of our designer series paper. Now, your next step-y is to cut a strip of paper, and this is going to be your step 4. You're going to cut a strip of paper, and it can either be coordinating solid color like this one, or you can use a strip from the same designer series paper, which I did here, which won't be too loud and take away from your overall design. So this strip I'm referring to is 1 inch by 5 1/4. Again, a solid color that coordinates with the designer series paper or part of the designer series paper, and that is the beginning of your step 4. Now, very important, before we adhere this strip down to this top part of our card, we are going to add some ribbon. Y'all know I love me some ribbon. And this particular one, again, I didn't want to add a color and take away from all the color, all the prettiness of this gorgeous, gorgeous cardstock, which is called Awash in Beauty. So I chose this one. Oh, let me see if it has the name on it. Crinkled seam binding. And the crinkles add so much, yet this is a little bit lightweight, which I'm bragging, not complaining. So let me get, I'm gonna get me some glue dots and turn this over and put a glue dot in the center, what is the back, as gorgeous as that is, of my strip. Put your little ribbon down. And because this is white, you know, do you even know how many projects you're gonna use this for? So many, and even into the winter, you guys. What if you're making a card with some snow on it, or a snowman, or the little penguin? You will use white ribbon. Do not be nervous that you will only use it in the spring and summer. All right, I want it taut without being tight, and that's what I'm doing. Because I personally, my personal preference, I don't put glue adhesive on the outside part of my ribbon. I do like it loosey-goosey, if you will. So this is your important step before we adhere it down to what, it's not the base, but it is going to be our actual card. So let me look at my next step. We tied our ribbon. Part of step 4, we're going to adhere this down. Excuse me, please, a little sneezy there. And I am going to use glue because I love the wiggle worm, loosey, literal wiggle room it gives us. So I'm going to open up my card, and I'm going to guesstimate about where I want my little strip. I'm gonna line it up to one end in particular and judge my distance. Let me turn it towards me. Sometimes I turn it towards you so you'll have a better view, and then I don't have a good view, and I'm thinking I might do it crooked. All right, so that is part of our step 4. Now, continuing with step 4, we're going to adhere the rectangle die with dimensionals to this outside of the card. And we've already prepped our scalloped center star of the show. We have die cut it, we have stamped it, and we have fussy cut or stamped some beautiful, beautiful images to it. So where do we want that? Do we want it here? That's kind of cool off to the side, isn't it? Do we want it centered? Do we want it more to this side? I think to be a little different, I'm going to come a little more to my left side, being very cognizant not to go over too far with my little decoration that sticks out a little bitty bit. All right, so we've adhered that down to the outside of the card. Now I want to add a bow, and I want to add some bling, which I've already done with. These are iridescent pearl basic jewels. Pearls, yet can you see the opalescent? It's like two worlds came together. The elegance of pearls, the femininity, the elegance, the sophistication, yet the opalescent and iridescent of Bling. So just so pretty, pretty, pretty. And I'm gonna get some mini glue dots for this particular bow. And these mini glue dots I have left over from one of my kits. I am gonna put my bow up here on the actual ribbon. And you know what I'm gonna do? You know how I said I still like it loose? Under my bow, I'm gonna put another little baby glue dot. Did I get it up? I felt it, but I wanna move it out of our way. Give me a minute. There we go. The reason I'm gonna adhere it down is because I don't want my bow to wiggle. I like this, that it wiggles, but okay, it's still sticky. And now I'm gonna put my baby bow right there. Oh, sweet, it's so sweet. Isn't that the dearest? With the crinkleness of the ribbon, oh, I'm falling in love. Okay, so let's see what our next step is. Step 5. Oh, we have the other larger color and contour die that we cut out and stamp a sentiment here as well, because this is going to get adhered on the inside of the card and adhered flat. But first, something fun, either die cut or fussy cut, a pretty image that's gonna go on this flap. Now it could be half that size, it could be this full size, that's up to you. I just thought, what? And if you'll notice, I did cut on the edge of the designer series paper, this Awash and Beauty paper, because don't we sometimes waste the little images that are on the edges because they're not full images to fussy cut? I do. If you don't, I do. All right, so I'm gonna put some adhesive, some of our glue, towards the bottom of this pretty fussy cut Awash and Beauty image. And then, so I don't go too high, I'm gonna put it backwards because I wanna see about, I'm gonna put some more towards the outside. I'm using the bottle point to push my glue around. Now I am going to open it up. Where did I put my silicone mat? I am gonna open it up so I don't get adhesive on the inside of my card. I am lining this right up to the very lip and edge without going over of the pretty fun fold. Burnish it down, make sure it's all good. Okay, so look, when I open it, that's all gorgeous. So let's go ahead and adhere down. I'm gonna do this one flat. This is still part of your step 5. Did you notice sometimes I'll have like 3 steps per step? I just thought it'd be a little simpler. One, I combine steps for the same little item that we're working on, but also if I told you we had 20 steps to make a card, wouldn't you feel like that's too difficult? I would. So I combine them so all of us, including myself, will feel like it's not too many steps, but also so we will continue to work on the same item without moving on, because you've seen me do that when I get too excited and I'll go fussy cut something or stamp something when I really should be gluing it down, really should be. All right, let's test this guy out before we adhere it down. Front, we open it, it's like that, and then it can open like that. So now we've saved the best for last. We're gonna adhere the actual card down to our base. This is gonna give it some strength, some very nice strength. So I am gonna go ahead and use my glue for this as well. Are you having fun? Have you learned something yet, you guys? Is this a new fun fold for you? I want you to go like this, boop, and hit the like button if you are having fun and if you have learned something. If you do not want to hit the like button, that is fine, but I'm pretty pleased with sugar on top. Do not hit the dislike button. If you don't like this video, if you do not love me, please just scroll on and not hit the dislike button. That would mean so much to me. Just move on. Then, for those of you that have not yet subscribed, I'm going to encourage you to do so because I'm having a celebration drawing on July 1 for my subscribers because at the beginning of the month or into last month, we reached 1,000 subscribers on DD Creates Crafts in our little crafty community. So I want to thank you with a drawing, and I'm gonna send somebody a prize valued at $55, and I've got a stamp set in there and some bling in there, and I think a card kit or two. I don't even remember what I have in there, but I'll double check before the drawing. But I want to encourage you to subscribe and also go on our homepage to the community button and click on that and then fill out the entry form. What do you think? What do you think? This is our card. We open it up, we see the inside of the Designer Series paper. We've got our fussy cut image with our little center stand-up fun fold, and then our sentiment and the inside of the card. What? Is this the coolest since sliced bread? I love our fun folds, and I just love this one. And I could not wait to share it with you, could not wait. Before I let you go, before I turn the camera up, the June kits, the Stampin' Up! June kits are BOGO. Order one, get one half off. And I'm gonna encourage you to do that because here's what we do on DD Creates Crafts. We take advantage of sales. So buy enough kits to last you till the next sale. I don't remember a sale on kits ever, but that's just me. This kit that I wanted to show and tell is the little robots, the little Bubba robots. That's gonna be, I'm gonna make this with my grandchildren. Look at the Google eyes. All this came in the kit. Here's the stamps that come with it. And then look at this little guy. I did redo, this is an alternate card. This is the outside of the card, but I turned it inside out and stamped. So anyway, I'll share ideas with you when you order your kits. But right now, this is one fun kit I've not yet demonstrated. And then another kit, one more I'm gonna share with you, is this bulletin board. This is a magnetic bulletin board. It comes with a pocket. It comes with all these cards. You can personalize this, which I did. I've added some extra little labels and such to mine just to add a little more color. I've added some strips of paper. However, this comes with a lot of bling and such inside it, but this is so versatile. If you need one of these in your kitchen to put your recipe and weekly menus on, if you need a chore chart for your kids, you need this in your craft room. But this was another kit. I just wanted to show and tell versus demonstrating, because the kits are BOGO only through the end of the month. So that's my commercial for the kits. I'm gonna turn the camera up now so we can say goodbye. All right, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna hold the cards up while we say goodbye because they're so cute. And I want you to make these. Awash and Beauty is the paper, and the dies are color and contour. I'll put all the links below in the description section. All right, came up to say goodbye. I want you to remember the BOGO kits in the month of June. Excuse me, please. There is another special starting July 1, so take advantage of this special. Remember the 3 things. Remember to subscribe, remember to like this video, and most importantly, what? Remember to come back and see me again real soon. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.